All right, welcome back, vets, to another segment of Veterans Nation here on Veterans Network. Gloria O'Brien sitting next to me once again, right where I like her to be. How's it going, Gloria?
This is my favorite spot.
I love the glasses.
Thank you. I can see.
This is wonderful.
It's helpful for me as well.
And it's you're very attractive in those. It's quite school marmy, but quite attractive.
I don't want anyone to know,
Yeah.
but I do think once in a while.
All righty.
So what's new with you, Rick?
Oh, been busy, as always. I got the book coming out.
Yes, very exciting.
That's going to be released right a week or so before Veterans Day of this year. CIB 1969. My story about Vietnam and its aftermath.
And I've read it, guys, and it's really good. You
Thank
really,
you.
really want to read this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I've been working on another little book also. It's like a grocery store book. When you're checking out at the checkout counter, you see like how to make better apple dumplings and things like.
Yes.
Well, I wrote a pamphlet type of book. It's like 40-some pages, and it's titled "Why Stunt Drivers Don't Have Accidents." So
You know what? It's true. Stunt drivers have a very low percentage of accidents.
right, they know what to do.
And that's because of you, Rick, because you trained so many of them.
Well, we know that day job, but but they have the proper response conditioning, and in the book it kind of tells you that you can have the correct response conditioning also if you just practice a little bit and work at it.
Yep.
Yeah,
You do a little thinking ahead of time and
Sure.
think about how you're driving, what you're doing, and learn some techniques.
That's right. It's all about beating the elements before they beat you.
And minimizing risk.
Yes, and staying alive. Okay, so I have a dedication.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. The Big Red One, 1st Infantry Division. They've been all over the world, all over for a long, long time, done a lot of great things, and we salute all the veterans from the Big Red One, the 1st Division. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. We salute all your
right.
hard work.
So, Gloria, you've been busy, I hear.
Yeah, well, I'm a mom, and of course, you're always busy once you're a mom. But my
Yeah.
daughter left for Korea a couple days ago for
Oh,
a
nice.
full month. She's going to go to a convention and then travel and see the country and see friends and have a good time.
What's the focus in Korea?
You know what? She took Korean and she has Korean friends, so she can speak it. And, if you can speak the language, you might as well go and
Yeah.
experience the country.
Yeah, I spent 4 months in Korea after Vietnam, after my 2 months of hospitalization in Okinawa following Vietnam. But I kind of stood down there for 4 months, and it was really helpful, of course. But I love that country.
I do too.
I love the people. The Korean people are great. I really liked them. I enjoyed my stay there, and we're still there militarily
Yes, we are.
in quite a substantial way.
Big Air Force bases.
Yeah, we got the 2nd Division and others, and holding down that DMZ.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to stay there.
So that's cool. That's cool. So
Yeah, I'm excited for her.
How about some fast track news?
We do have some.
Bring in the tank.
All right.
Yeah.
We have a report from the Pittsburgh Tribune about how outside the VA patient referrals are being monitored there. Federal officials are saying that veterans will experience drastically shorter wait times for health care as the Department of Veterans Affairs refers thousands more patients to private medical centers, including OPMC, the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Yet several unions that represent VA workers across the country argue the referral boom could set a risky precedent, sending veterans away from familiar doctors and nurses in what union executives see as a potential shift toward privatization. Irma Westmoreland, a registered nurse and chairwoman of Veterans Affairs for National Nurses United, which represents more than 9,000 VA nurses nationwide, has stated. UPMC spokeswoman Wendy Zellner said in a statement, UPMC and the VA, as academic partners, have a long track record of providing high-quality, coordinated care for veterans who use both facilities. UPMC confirmed last week that its hospitals accepted nearly 300 VA referrals during the past month and will continue a short-term program to help keep veterans waiting fewer than 30 days for appointments. The VA compensates UPMC at rates akin to Medicare, according to both organizations, although neither specified the figures. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in Washington, which sets Medicare rates, did not respond to our inquiry. The Nurses Union warned VA Secretary Robert A. McDonald against more outsourcing of services. They said department leaders could avoid backlogs and week-long delays in care if they would just hire enough nurses and doctors. The April discovery of a secret wait list in Phoenix VA system sparked a deluge of congressional scrutiny at the department. An internal audit released in June revealed more than 120,000 veterans nationwide waited at least 3 months for care, and some never received the immediate appointments they sought. In western Pennsylvania, a once secret list counted nearly 700 veterans who waited a year or more for care from the VA Pittsburgh healthcare system. The VA turned to private sector healthcare to help lessen delays, with almost 912,000 referrals in an 8-week period over the summer. That was up from 712,000 referrals in the same period last year and foreshadows more outsourced referrals under the Veterans Access, Choice, and Accountability Act of 2014. President Obama last month signed the law, which includes $10 billion for non-VA care for up to 3 years and $5 billion to hire medical workers and improve VA facilities. The current efforts to increase care through non-VA sources are mostly temporary, although we will continue indefinitely to offer such care to veterans that we cannot schedule at our own facilities within 30 days, said Pittsburgh VA spokesman Mark Ray.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I guess this tells us that we're getting there. Things are changing. It's going to take some time.
At least people are getting care.
I mean, and anytime you change something, it has to run through the working process. It has to develop, and we just have to stay at it. And this would not be happening if it weren't for the voice out there, the veteran voice.
Absolutely.
That's what made this happen. And that's what we have to continue to do, ladies and gentlemen, is get on their case.
We cannot sit and be silent.
No.
And obviously, it's working.
Yeah,
This change is
it
happening.
works.
And there are going to be people who are unhappy with how things change.
Right.
We'll have to sort that out.
Right. What went on behind our backs, say at Phoenix and other places, is appalling.
It
It's
is.
appalling. And it's just the glitches of a gigantic, monstrous system that we have. Like we've said before, we can't burn down the VA. But maybe if we try hard enough, we can get it fixed.
We can.
There you go.
And it's hard to make a dinosaur change course. And it
Yes,
takes a
it
bit
is.
of effort and sometimes a crowd. And that's what we've got to do.
Yeah. You ever see the old movie, The Cyclops?
I think I did.
I saw that, I think, that seems like it was around 1957 or
Really
8.
old.
I would have been about 10 years old. It was one of those foreign, made in Japan monster movies. And the Cyclops was this big dude. He was huge, and he had one eye right in the center of his head. And he was trying to take over this village of people. And you know how they got to him? You know how they took him down?
Can't remember that.
They started bringing in big, huge vats of wine. And he would pick up these giant vats and drink them down. And he got totally shit-faced to where he lay down on the ground and he was moaning, "More wine, more wine." And while he's down there moaning, they took a big giant log, put it in the fire and got the tip red hot, and they shoved it in his one big eye.
Oh, no.
Took down the Cyclops. We can't do that to the VA, though.
I was wondering where you're going. Are we going to put the log in the VA's eye?
Nostalgically remembering the Cyclops from 1957, I think, yes. Okay.
Well, we can't do that to the VA, so we might as well work on fixing it or helping it.
Okay, having said all that, let's take a short and informative break.
Seaman Recruit Austin served in the Navy for 3 years. Since leaving the Army, Private Alexander found a job and started his career. After serving in Vietnam, Private Columbero began raising a family. These veterans fell on hard times after leaving the military and became homeless. U.S. Veterans Initiative at our Midtown location is providing housing, employment assistance, and counseling. They fought for their country. They shouldn't have to fight for a home. To learn more, visit usvetsinc.org.
So, Rick, what's going on with our trivia questions?
Our trivia questions, our quizzes. Well, no answers yet.
Really?
Some wrong answers, no correct answers. We have the music trivia quiz, nothing there.
Really?
And we have our movie trivia quiz. That was about, well, you did that one. It was on Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's gotten that yet.
Yeah. Well, let's just rerun that real quick.
Okay.
Planet of the Apes trivia question was, do you remember it? You did it.
It was what happened at the end,
What
what
happened
he
at-
said.
What
the beach.
iconic structure
Oh, yes.
was partially buried in the sand as Charlton Heston rode his horse down the beach at the end? Name what the structure was, but also you must tell us what he said as he got off his horse and pounded the sand in anger and disgust. Yes.
Good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. So,
And you get a $100 gift card for that.
$100 gift card.
Give it a shot.
For the
Why not?
your choice of your service or restaurant or anything you want. First correct email to info@veteransnetwork.org. And if you can email that, if you got anything else you want to talk about, that's where to email us. We will listen. You got any ideas, stories, you name it, we'll read it.
Yep.
You know, I think we should do another trivia quiz.
I think
Let's
so, too.
stack them
If
up.
they're having trouble getting
we-
these two, let's give them one more.
Yeah, you know, just a week or so ago, we did our segment. We were talking a lot about the new football season.
Oh, yes.
So I think it's time for a football trivia question. All right.
Okay, let's have it.
Let me think real quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got it. Back in the 60s and 70s, 3 teams had defensive linemen, their front 4 linemen, and they had a nickname for these linemen. Each team had a different nickname for their defensive linemen. What were those 3?
Oh, boy.
And who were the players? So I need the 3 most well-known nicknames for a defensive front 4, and what were the names of each player on each of those units?
Boy, that's going to take a dedicated football
Well, we
fan.
never make it easy.
No.
But
It wouldn't be fun if it was easy.
it's doable. You know, we're smart. We're vets. That means it automatically means we're smart if we're vets.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Made it through.
Okay, well, let's get smart and say thank you all for joining us once again. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you, Rick.
We shall be seeing you soon. And teach your children the power of learning. And welcome home.
Welcome home.
Saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks, gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.